Hi everyone, I am back with another challenge. Basically here, I am going to be playing as a WLF person or soldier, whatever you want to call it. Basically, what does that mean? It basically means that I can only use weapons that the WLF use. And this also includes melee weapons. And this basically applies for anything. So that means I cannot use my bow and arrow or the crossbow, same for bricks, bottles, Molotovs, and any of the melee weapons that the scars use, which is actually a lot. I can scavenge from the scars and the WLF, but it is also a rule that I cannot kill any of the WLF soldiers. I have to kill every single scar I come across. I also decided to play this on hard mode. Why not Survivor or Grounded? Because I am a master at gaming. But I would never in a million years try to attempt something that crazy because I just know how difficult some of these sections are going to be. Anyways, after casually beating up a small group of children with snowballs, Abby got jealous and also wanted to have a snowball fight with someone, although I don't think she picked the right audience for her. Oh, I went the wrong way, I think.
Oh, I went the wrong way, I think.
Anyways, for the rest of Jackson, I didn't really record anything. My fault. But basically, for Ellie's half, I literally just didn't do anything. I just played normally. Besides the fact that I normally use a Molotov, I just use my bullets instead. If I'm being completely honest here, all of downtown Seattle was really boring. Besides the fact that it made it a little bit harder that I couldn't use any bottles, but otherwise it just played like normally. I like the open space because I get to be with you, Dina. Spoke too soon. Yeah, so basically the school fight had to have been the hardest fight in this entire challenge because the problem is there's just so many enemies here and the game really wants you to kill all of them. To be honest, I actually had to lower it down to light mode because the enemies are just too good, and like honestly it didn't even really have to do with the difficulty, if I'm being honest. Like it wasn't like a testament to my gaming abilities. Like I'm actually really good at this game, but the freaking Dina kept shooting and made the enemies go back into combat, and you need them to be into stealth to be able to open the door, and you can't do it by yourself either. I tried smoke bombs, I tried grabbing, I tried shooting in the legs. I accidentally ended up killing people too, and so I had to restart. Not to mention, this took me over an hour. I literally tried everything. I tried stealthing my way through, and then freaking Dina got me caught even when I put down invisible while I'm prone. Honestly, it was just a complete mess. However, I did it where the hostages don't get grabbed, so I just ended up making them kill enough of each other for them to go back into stealth, and eventually Dina and I got out of there. Freaking Dina, screw you. Honestly, this was so hard. Do not attempt this. And after slyly crawling my way through town, I reached the bombs. Yeah, this part was super irritating because, as I've said previously, I cannot use bricks, and therefore I had to use my own ammo and waste my health. Thanks a lot, Dina. Then comes the TV station fight. I normally would put a trap mine here to kill all the enemies, but since I couldn't kill them here, I decided to do it with smoke bombs. But I actually didn't even need to use any of them because they were spread out enough. Thank God I'm playing on hard mode. Honestly, the rest of the fights were nothing to write home about. I just kind of played like how I normally do. Besides the fact that, of course, I got spotted because I suck at stealth. It's day 2 and it's already hard. Yay! So, since I can't kill everybody in the general vicinity, I just decided that I should try and stealth my way through, and then ultimately I got caught, so I just smoke bombed the door and then rushed out of there.
Yeah, boy.
For the rest of the infected in Hillcrest, I just ran my way through town. Come on, people, I got places to be. And after Boris gave me a heart attack by slamming me into a wall, I wonder who could do that. Yeah, so Hillcrest was Surprisingly, way easier than I thought it would be. At first, I thought this would take me a while, but I actually managed to do this first try. See, who knows? Do you know what? I think I'm just too good. Normally, I would distract them with a bottle if I didn't want to kill anyone or use my arrows, but since I couldn't do either, I decided to just walk my way there, which was a lot more difficult, but I still managed. And by managing, I mean running for my life at the end because I got caught. And now for this random house fight. I don't even know what to call it this. I've played this game like close to 30 times now, and I still have no idea what this place is called. Regardless, it was actually pretty difficult. I just used one of my smoke bombs and ran away from the machete lady because all I had was my inks and I did not want to kill them. For the fight with Jesse, I was actually pretty scared because I know that you have to kill all of the WLF here to get past this section. But Jesse was actually a lot more useful than Dina. He actually killed all of them for me, unlike Dina with a freaking school encounter. And for the car chase, I have to lose my challenge 2 more times because I have to kill the guy that grabs Jesse and the other driver in the car. And now for the Tommy sniper section. Ha! In your face, Tommy! Yeah, so since all of the weapons and stuff I was using was WLF approved, this does not go on the fail meter. Not this time, Tommy. For the hotel fight, I can never stealth my way through this one, so I just played like I normally do, except this time I did not use any of my Molotovs. Which admittedly made me a bit worried about the bloater fight, because I did not end this part with a lot of ammo. And the bloater fight was a breeze. I just got all my headshots in, and eventually it was enough that Joel was able to kill it for me. I should have taken Jesse with me. I should have waited like a good person. I don't care where everyone is. I'm here for my own good. My own sanity.
Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace.
Oh shit! Yeah, so at first I tried stealthing my way through, but ended up getting caught by the axe lady, and since normally if she goes into combat, I ended up taking her axe, which I can't do, so I ended up just shooting all of them before they can shoot me, and then decided to stealth kill the rest of the enemies because I did not want to waste my bullets. That cannot be said, however, for the second fight. I've just gone completely nuts at this point. And because I couldn't use a lot of my stealth weapons, I just decided to play aggressively, and honestly, some of these throws and bullet shoots were crazy good. Now we have the hospital fight, and it's already hard! Yes!
Go fuck yourself, you ugly, huge-nose, Muppet-looking bitch.
Yeah, so since I couldn't kill any of the wolves here like I normally do, I just decided to stealth my way through and ultimately caught, so I just smoked the door with bombs and then made my way through, and surprisingly, nobody even took a shot at me. Ha! These wolves are weak! And for the basement fight, I just decided to smoke all the wolves and make a run for it, and surprisingly, that worked on my first try. Now we have the first fight. This one was tricky. Admittedly, this took me a few tries because I really had to time this correctly, otherwise the wolves would just kill me before I was able to escape this section. But in the bag, I managed to get out of there. Yeah, so since I always stealth my way through the second WLF fight, this fight was no problemo. Same for the mall fight, honestly, except this time a little bit less stealthy. Honestly, the wolves have just become a minor inconvenience than a threat at this point. Now for the last Scar encounter as Ellie. Yeah, this part was actually pretty fun. I just sniped some of the enemies and then came down and meleeed the rest. And now it is time for the bloater fight. This fight was actually really stressful because I normally use Molotovs and bomb arrows here, so the fact that I couldn't made this a lot harder. And not to mention that the runners were incredibly annoying to deal with, but eventually I got it after a few tries. And on Abby's half, we get to start this challenge by being on the WLF base. This is starting out great. What isn't cool is the failure that comes after this. Yeah, so there's just way too many scars to kill, and even if you put on burst, there's just no feasible way of killing all of them. So I'll be fair and add a point to the failure meter. For the infected parts, it was no biggie. I just stunned all of them with the bullets I could use. The train yard fight was irritating but manageable because I was able to stun them, although it was a bit harder because they had bullets, so sometimes they shot me. And now for Chinatown. This part was hard, I have to admit. The first fight took me a couple tries because the sharpshooter kept getting a good angle at me. Not to mention that the scars like to randomly group up and end up cornering you and made me lose all of my health. Second fight was a lot of fun, to be honest. I was just able to stealth kill most of the enemies, and then when I got bored, I just decided to melee all of them. I am out of all my pipe bombs though. Sorry. Yeah, so the restaurant fight kind of sucked a little bit, and I ended up dying a few times, but all in all, it was okay after a while. The rest of the fights were okay. I just decided to run my way through the regular shipping yard fight, and I absolutely nailed the boat fight. Yeah, so after dying a few times embarrassingly at the shipping yard fight, because I am not used to playing this part aggressively, I went to save the injured children. Of course they need my help. The first scar fight was easy enough. I just waited until they came and then meleeed them to death. Lev even helped a little bit here. See, I'm a great role model after all. The scar fight was easy enough. I just shot a few of them with my slightly above average aim and then hid into cover so I could melee the rest of them. Yeah, so the nest part literally took me like 30 seconds. I'm not even joking. I literally just ran past all of the infected and then just opened the door casually. Okay, so I came into the Rat King fight completely expecting that I would not have enough supplies to kill it, and for once I was actually right. Yeah, so eventually I just ran out of all the bullets and pipe bombs I had left, but then I crafted some more and it still didn't die, so I just had to scavenge a little bit more, and then I finally had enough stuff to kill it. Honestly, the first two scar fights of day 2 were nothing to write home about. Honestly, I just played normally except a little more aggressively, promptly wasting all of my ammo. The first WLF and WLF and Sarah fights were a little bit tricky because I couldn't kill any of the wolves, but ultimately I was able to get out of the area. And after Lev and I take a lovely horse ride through a burning community, I had to, of course, fail my challenge. Yeah, so because I couldn't kill all of the scars here, I will be counting this as a failure. Do it all you want because in theory, I can't kill all of them, but since it goes under my rules, I'm going to count it. The last WLF versus Scar fight wasn't too bad because here, I just had to kill all of the scars. It was a little bit trickier though because I couldn't kill any of the WLF, but eventually I ended up beating the whole thing. And because Lev and I were kind of having a rough day, we decided to buy ourselves a house as a treat. However, I don't think we had good realtors. And because I lose my backpack here, I can't use any of my weapons, so I'm forced to use a sickle. Since this is a Seraphite weapon, this will actually be another fail. Gosh darn it, Lev. Of course, now I have to save you and fight the big scar dude. Oh hey, that rhymed. Anyways, I never show the Santa Barbara section because I find it quite boring, but I didn't have to film my challenge there, so everything is okay. Honestly, this challenge was way harder than I initially thought, maybe because I played on a harder difficulty, but what shocked me the most is the fact that Ellie and Abby are tied with their scores. Honestly, I thought Abby would have way less. Anyways, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed and eat your breakfast.